Technology. She's a cruel mistress. Let's continue. Anyway, people are talking about it for the next 23 hours and 58 minutes. So they're not bringing you news, they're bringing you commentary. Okay, I think I'm almost finished. Media companies are a business. They're in the business of making money. As much as I like to think that journalists are altruistic, certainly those organizations need to make money. And the best way to get people interested, of course, is to sell what sells the most, and that's conflict. No more do you see conflict than in politics. If you look at number 11, we've seen on that chart, if you remember the chart I showed you that has all the news organizations lined up, either left or right. We've looked at how news organizations cater to a particular audience. Well, here's a prime example. This is a screenshot of MSNBC's homepage, and the headlines are both negative against Donald Trump. And then you look and go to Fox's homepage. This was at the same time. I screenshotted these at the same time. Notice the different themes being played out in these two news organizations. Anti-Trump stories in the first two major stories on MSNBC, and then you have Fox News continuing its theme of the mainstream news media, organizations like NPR, NBC, Washington Post, New York Times, and how against they are toward the president and biased. You have Mike Pompeo blasting an NPR reporter, Mary Louise Kelly, who I love. I love you, Mary Louise. It'll be okay. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. Two different worlds if you are only going to one of those sources. Most people see the clear distinctions in liberal versus conservative news organizations. Conservatives argue, of course, that the mainstream media is the all-powerful media, but the truth is, if you click on number 13, you'll see that the cable news network that has the most viewers by far is Fox News, not CNN, not MSNBC, not anybody. It's Fox that dominates when it comes to cable news ratings. Chapter 2 on page 31 begins to discuss why people distrust the media. Of course, I've already talked about a number of those reasons. One of the main ones is the clear objective to slant the news to a certain point of view. Trump and going to Fox and Friends every morning is no different than you or I. We are most likely to go to where our opinion is validated, where we aren't going to have somebody try to change our minds or make us or belittle what we believe. And here's that article that I want you to read on confirmation bias. It's a quick read, but it talks about really the only chance you get, or the best way to try to get to change someone's point of view. That article discusses what that best way is. This vitriol back and forth on political sites, the other issues on page 31 as to why people distrust and dislike the media has certainly damaged journalists. I love the fact that we have Fox News and that we have Breitbart and these organizations because they do push ABCs, NBCs, CBSs, CNNs to be accurate. They do force them to check and recheck and be a little less careless in their reporting. So there is good from these competing news organizations, but the damage to journalists is real. One journalist in particular takes issue with a phrase, the media. When you hear that a lot, oh, it's just the media. I hate the media. You'll hear. This person in this article titled "Stop Calling Us the Media." It's the last one. I'd like for you to read his editorial and see if you agree that using the term the media is, as he puts it, lazy and unfair. I put a hard copy on in files in case on Canvas in case you can't open the link because you do need to have a Washington Post subscription. This is all I have, so please make sure you read that article. And again, I've condensed 3 classes worth of lectures in this video. I'm sorry it's so long. I want to again apologize for how much I'm making you do between now and Monday. I recognize how much it is. I think this is the biggest amount of homework I'm ever going to give you this semester. And so if you can get through it, I appreciate it. Do your best. And now that we have these free classes, I think you're going to, I promise you by the end of the semester, I'm making a lot of promises here, you're going to feel a lot less stressed than my former students have because of that free time. Okay, thanks so much for hanging in there. Take care. Maybe listen to a little bit more of the Buggles if you want to, although really it's not that good of a song. Okay, bye.